It's your boy Spank Dog, aka Puffinstein at YouTube. Like, comment, share, subscribe. You already know. BC Spank Dog at Instagram and Puffinstein514 at Twitch. Oh, and Robert Lopez at Facebook. Let's get into it. All right, yo. So this is the NBA breakdown. This is the full season, whole year finished, regular season done. And we are on the verge of the full-blown playoffs. 8 teams on one side of the Eastern Conference and 8 teams on the other side, which is the Western Conference. 16 teams ready to go head-to-head. And this is my favorite time of the year. It used to be this and when the seasons drop for the series in October, but I haven't been watching series like Snowfall and Power and what's the other one, Raising Kanan and BMF and all the stuff that I like because I love drama series. You know what I'm saying? The Sopranos, The Wire, all the most famous ones. I've seen every episode. Breaking Bad. But like I said, I don't want to gear off track. We're here to talk about basketball. We're here to talk about all the best players of the season. I'm saying, let me change my background real quick. You already know who those two men are. You know what I'm saying? Let me share the page so we could take a look at these great players for the season. The moves that the NBA players are doing nowadays is just beautiful. You know what I'm saying? We're going to go right into it. Nikola Jokic, #1 player in the world. Giannis, as much as people don't want to admit it, second best player in the world. The record might not show it, but if you look at the ESPN rating, even though him and Shea are neck and neck, you guys see it right here for yourself. He's above Shea. Shea is right here at 53.4, and Giannis Antetokounmpo is here at 55.7. So Giannis is overall a better player this year, and Shea is here in third. See, but the thing is that Shea won the scoring title. Shea got his team in first place. And those are major contributing factors. I don't want to see Jokic get robbed because this is the thing. People look at Shea winning the scoring title and his team being in first place, right, as being a very big thing. But take a look right here. This man, Jokic, please don't disrespect this man. Please, this is stuff we've never seen before. Take a look, man. Take a look at the stat line, bro. Wait, let me go the other way. Take a look at the stat line, man. Are you guys serious? Come on. 29.6 points per game. Only 3 turnovers a game. This man always has the rock. Always. He averaged 10 assists per game. So a 3-to-10 assist turnover ratio is not bad at all. It's great, right? Not to mention that he had 13 rebounds per game and 30 points per game. This is a 30-point, 13 rebound, 10 assist, triple double for the whole season. I almost see how I got hyped the whole season. I get hyped because we just seen a man. Listen, if some guy that has been in the NBA for a very short amount of time drops 30 points, 13 rebound game and assists, 13 rebounds and 10 assists game, they're going to praise him. This man did it 70 games. He averaged in 70 games. He pretty much put up 30, 13, and 10. You tell me when we see that. You could talk all you want about Shea Gilgeous-Alexander being the scoring leader and having his team in first place. Jokic averaged 30 points, 13 rebounds, and 10 assists for the whole year. Now, this is what's even crazier. Now, if you don't think that seals the deal, well, let me ask you a question. How does Jokic, a 7-foot center, right, have more steals than a 6'6" point guard? Shea Gilgeous had 1.7 steals per game. Jokic had 1.8 steals per game. How does Jokic have more steals per game than Shea? That's unexplainable. I don't understand it. But one thing about Shea that I want to point out, he didn't have as many assists as Jokic, so When he has only 2 turnovers, he only has 6 assists. So it's the same exact thing as Jokic. It's pretty much a 3 assists to 1 turnover ratio, 3-to-1 ratio. And it's both of them have it because 2 goes into 6 3 times and 3 goes into 10 3 times. It's the same thing. But you guys, I don't want to ramble about who deserves MVP more. We're going to keep it simple. Nikola Jokic deserves MVP more than Shea Gilgeous-Alexander or other people who don't know how to pronounce his name. It's SGA. So SGA, I love SGA. I love that he scored 33 points a game. I love that he had his team in first place. But this is the other thing. How can you give the MVP to a man who's got a rating of 53.4 and the other guy has a rating of pretty much 63.4? He's 10 points higher in the rating. There's no way in the world that you give a man the MVP for a 53 rating when there's another guy with a 63 rating. No way. I don't want to hear it. So we're going to get off of that topic. We're going to go down the line. We just talked about the top 3 players. That was Nikola Jokic, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. It is Gilgeous. Well, at least that's what I heard the announcer say. I'm hoping he got it right. It's his job to get the name right because I always wondered if it was a Gilgeous. I believe it's Gilgeous. Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, Giannis Antetokounmpo, and Nikola Jokic are the best players in the world. The top 3 players. This is where it gets also interesting. Guess who's the 4th best player in the world? The guy that the Dallas Mavericks traded for Anthony Davis, Luka Doncic. And guess what, guys? He's not hurt. And guess what, guys? He's averaging 28 points a game, 8 rebounds a game, and 8 assists per game. If you want to be exact, 28.2 points per game, 8.2 rebounds per game, and 7.7 assists per game. We'll highlight it real quick. See, I don't understand why it does that. Let me see if I can highlight it this way. Nah, just leave it unlit. So because you can see it anyway, Luka Doncic, man, and that's 50 games played. He did get hurt this season, so we will say I think that the Mavericks were worried about Luka Doncic's health, his weight, and I think they were worried about his habits outside of basketball. Now, Anthony Davis is a heck of a player. He was literally in 6th place for the whole year until he got injured. So they were neck and neck as far as the year is concerned. But if you talk about since Luka Doncic came out to now, Anthony Davis has not been nowhere near of a player like Luka. So, and then the crazy thing is that Anthony Davis is a veteran, so he's supposed to know the game better, little tricks, his way around the court. Luka Doncic was a newbie, doing better than Anthony Davis from his 2nd year all the way to his 7th year. And he was first team All NBA 5 years in a row, guys. That is insane. The Mavericks, they made a big boo boo. As much as I love Anthony Davis and he has potential to be a top 5 player in the league, there's something about him that tells me that he can't play full seasons consistently. So you're going to have a year where he may play the whole season, and then you're going to have a year where he don't. You're going to have years where he gets hurt during the playoffs. But I don't count Anthony Davis out on winning another ring neither. There's a chance that the Mavericks still, it might be too early to tell if maybe they shouldn't have traded Luka, but that they didn't get juxed that bad. You get what I'm saying? There's a chance that they're both great players. Luka, I believe, no matter what, will always be a little better, a lot better. But I'm not saying that Anthony Davis can't come out of nowhere and help the Mavericks win a championship with Kyrie Irving, especially how dazzling Kyrie Irving is. That's another one of my favorite players. Luka Doncic is my favorite player in the NBA, along with LeBron. They're actually a tie. I'm waiting for LeBron to split, and then Luka's just my favorite player. But like I said too, I won't root for my favorite player over my favorite team. So if the Knicks play Luka or LeBron, I root for the Knicks. If the Brooklyn Nets play Luka or LeBron, I root for the Nets. Now, if Luka or LeBron plays anybody else besides the Nets or the Knicks, I root for them. If Luka and LeBron play each other, it's a win situation. Same thing as if the Knicks and the Nets play each other. Win situation. Let's get on to some of the other players that they might make a big difference in the playoffs. So Victor Wembanyama, for you guys that don't know, his shoulder's messed up. He has something called deep vein thrombosis. Now, if there's underlying blood clot concerns, there's a chance this is a big issue. But it's not seeming to be a big issue because the organization has already spoke on the blood clots in Victor Wembanyama's arm, and they said it's healing and that it's looking good. You're not with deep vein thrombosis in the arm, they call it DVT. When you got DVT in your arm, it depends also. Like I said, as long as he has no underlying clotting issues, then he should heal up and we should have him back next year, no problems. But he cannot try to use it too early. That's one of the things that I read. I researched this and I read that he can't try to use it too early. There was other things. Also, they got to check that it's healing properly. And I think that's it. The big things were not using it early, not bringing him back too early, not making him use the arm too early. And the fact if there was underlying clotting issues besides the deep vein thrombosis, because it's a form of clotting, of blood clots. So let's keep everybody say a prayer for Victor Wembanyama. He's the most amazing player since Luka Doncic. And if Luka Doncic wouldn't have came out, he would have been the most amazing player since probably LeBron, because it took a second for Steph to shine. So Luka came right out the gate, and so did Victor Wembanyama. I remember people saying, "Big shout out to Anthony Oglesby, man." You know what I'm saying? I know you thought Wembanyama might not be good, and you had a good reason to. A lot of people that come out like Wembanyama, they don't do good. But I don't know if before you said that you had seen the way he was built. You know what I'm saying? A lot of skinny guys are just that skinny. He wasn't skinny. He was solid muscle. And unless you would have seen how cut up he was, you would have thought he was going to be frail, like most guys that are 7'4". Big shout out to Kristaps Porzingis, one of the only other guys we've ever seen at 7'4" actually play. He won a ring with Boston last year, Kristaps, and he had a 44-point finals game. So you can't say nothing about Kristaps. Kristaps show improved, and he got a ring in a year where he put in a lot of work. So shout out to Kristaps Porzingis for winning his first ring and not being some guy just sitting on the bench. He gave them 44 in the final in one game. So let's move on. Cade Cunningham at number 7. Man, the Pistons got a squad, man. Who else is on the Pistons besides Cade Cunningham? That's really nasty. I think Jaden Ivey's on the Pistons. We're not going to get into that because then I would have to click on his name, go to the Pistons, and I just want to go through the top 50 before the playoffs start. So Cade got some help, though, because they're in the playoffs. LeBron is number 8. You already know he's paired up with the number 4 player in the world. Yes, the Lakers have the number 4 player in the world and the number 8 player in the world. As you can see right here, number 8, LeBron, and number 4, Luka, Luka Doncic, right? Now we got Jason Tatum, the ring winner from last year. You see, this is what I told you guys about Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Granted, Jaylen Brown might have edged him out in the finals last year and won the finals MVP. Some people even say that that was debatable. I don't. I think Jaylen Brown deserved the finals MVP. I'm a dude who keeps it real. I like Jason Tatum better, but I'm not going to lie because I like Jason Tatum better. Jaylen Brown earned that. He came in the clutch. He did some clutch stuff. He had a good field goal percentage and good games when it counted. So big shout out to Jaylen Brown and big shout out to Jason Tatum. But this is what I was trying to show you guys. Jason Tatum is and always in the top 10. He's another guy. Well, you know how I said there hasn't been such a polarizing player as Victor Wembanyama since Luka Doncic? That's kind of, well, it's true because Jason Tatum came out a year before Luka Doncic. So Jason Tatum is polarizing like that. So we could throw him in there. And what I'm trying to show you is that Tatum is 9. Let's find Jaylen Brown. We're going to have to go lower to find Jaylen Brown. This is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Jaylen Brown is not Jason Tatum. Oh man, see, guys, come on. Jason Tatum is crazy. He just was nervous, and that's the first time I seen him nervous in a playoff round. And that's the first time he had gotten to the finals. So it was just that Tatum couldn't, how the basketball hoop becomes this big and it feels like you can't hit the shot. Well, I think that happened to Tatum for a second. And I think Jaylen Brown, it didn't happen. And he was more clutch, just a fact. But let's show you where Jaylen Brown is for the season. After 82 games, Jaylen Brown is the 43rd best player in the world. 43rd, right? And like I said, when you go back up here, Jason Tatum is number 9. That's 34 rankings apart. That's bad. I'm not saying that's bad as a team. I'm saying if you're trying to act like Jaylen Brown is as good as Jason Tatum, you're sadly mistaken. There's no way you're 9th in the world and the guy who's 43rd in the world is better than you in the NBA and in basketball. It's just what it is. Let's go on to Karl Anthony Towns. He's a Knick. So you already know what it is. He's literally probably my favorite player in the world right now because he's the best player on the Knicks. But this is the crazy thing. The Knicks, don't sleep on the Knicks because if you look, I don't think Jalen Brunson is too far away. See, this is the difference between the Celtics and the Knicks. While the Celtics have the 9th best player and the 43rd best player in the world, the Knicks have the 10th best player, and Jalen Brunson is right here at 18. He's tied for 17 with James Harden. And that's James Harden is having an amazing season. So that's what it is. Next, we go to Domantas Sabonis. I love Domantas Sabonis, man. I'm glad. Well, he doesn't score a lot. He's one of the few players that could be in the top 10, top 11, top 12, top 15, and only have 19 points per game. But then he got 14 rebounds a game. He won the rebounding title. All right. And then he has 6 assists per game for a center. That is really good. So he's averaging 19 points, which he should step up. He's got very low turnovers, only 2.9 per game. And those, listen, 19, 14, and 6, those are amazing statistics. But then this is the real important thing. Even though he only scores 19 points per game, right? He does it on 60% shooting from the field. And for a guy who can't shoot, he still knocks down 1 3-pointer per game. While a guy like that usually is like Ben Simmons, he won't even pull the trigger on a 3 or not even a mid-range jump shot. Domantas Sabonis knocked down a 3-pointer in every game, and he played 70 games. That means he hit 73 pointers. Now, in order for a guy like him to hit 73 pointers, he's got to shoot at least 200, 250. So Domantas Sabonis is a beast. He's a big man that is not the greatest shooter, but he's 19 points a game on 60% shooting from the field. He gets you 14 rebounds. He won the rebound title, and he gets you 6 assists per game, which is phenomenal for a center that don't run the game like Jokic. Jokic runs the team. Domantas don't bring the ball down the floor, right? So Domantas Sabonis, 59% shooting, 1 3-pointer per game, 19 points per game on 60% shooting, 14 rebounds per game. He won the rebound title, 6 assists per game for a center. Amazing. And that's Domantas Sabonis. At number 12 is Kevin Durant. This is after the whole 82 games. This is up to date. This analysis was done on 4/19/2025. This is right before the playoffs start. And I believe the playoffs start on Monday. So Kevin Durant, he is amazing also. Kevin Durant is the 12th best player in the world, right? And he came out in 2007. He's been playing for 18 years, right? And he ACL or his Achilles, which is even worse, tore his Achilles. And this man is playing like he never tore nothing. 6 points per game, 6 rebounds per game, 4 assists. He's doing it on 52% shooting. Now remember, he's averaging 27 points per game. He's knocking down 3 3-pointers per game. So to shoot 52% when you're knocking down 3 3-pointers per game, that's absolutely amazing. And points per game, 3 3-pointers per game, 6 rebounds, 4 assists on 52% shooting for a 40-year-old man or a 39-year-old man. It's insane. Okay, I'll be talking to you guys about Trae Young. It's crazy. He was shooting like 32% from the field at the beginning of the season. He's shooting a solid 41% while literally, because Kevin Durant shoots 2.6, he knocks down 2.6 3-pointers per game. Trae knocks down 2.9. So he's a heavy 3-point shooter, because to knock down 3 3-pointers per game, you got to shoot like 3-pointers per game. This man brought his field goal percentage up after like games. He was only shooting he's shooting 41% now. Now, mind you, he might be the assist leader. I'm not certain because I haven't checked the other players, but he, I believe, won the assist leader with 11.6 assists per game. While man is 6 foot tall, maybe 6'1", and he averaged 24 points a game, which is low for him. I think the Atlanta Hawks coach said, look, we're going to try to make it where you're more of a playmaker and you can still put up big points. So 24 points and 12 assists, that's awesome. He can do better on the field goal percentage, but 41% ain't bad when you're shooting mostly 3-pointers, right? So rebounds, you don't expect Trae to get that many rebounds, but 3 ain't bad for a guy who's 6 foot tall. You get you a steal per game. You don't expect him to get no blocks. Minutes per game. One thing is he's a Iron Man. He is one of the guys like SGA. That's another thing. He played 76 games while Jokic played 70. See, that's played 6 more games than Jokic. That's not the type of difference where he should win the MVP over him. That's not like Jokic only played 40 or 50 games and Shea won 76, played 76. If that was the case, I would understand. But no, they only played 6 more games than Jokic. But like I was saying about Trae, 76 games played is major. You know what I'm saying? So Trae, I'm not gonna break down all the stats no more. Zion Williamson is 14th. Anthony Edwards is 15th. Now, Zion Williamson, I want to mention, he only played 30 games. But at the end of the season, they decided to let him off the leash. So, it's like the last games of the season, he actually played in those. So, it's looking like Zion might be active. Now, I don't think the Pelicans got a playoff berth, but I'm not certain. So, until I know for certain, I'm not going to speak about Zion Williamson in the future. I'm just going to let you guys know, even though he played only 30 games, he's a great player, man. Rebounds, 5 assists, and 25 points per game. 56% shooting. He's really good if he could stay on the court, man. Yo, Zion, man, lose some weight, bro. For $200 million over 5 years, lose some weight. And then take that money and treat yourself and help your bro, your people. It's up over Big Mac and chicks. You know what I'm saying? And I mean that. Basketball. And you, Anthony Edwards, Mr. Number 15 in the world, 27.6 points, 5.7 rebounds per game, 4.5 per game. Could you keep it in your pants for a little while, bro? All I hear about you is another baby mama. You and Zion are 14 and 15, and you are both probably the players in the league. Yo, Zion, the Big Mac and the chicks, and Anthony Edwards, just put down the chicks. Is there at 16. He's a veteran. People are slow up a little bit. 2, 3, 4 years ago, Damian Lillard would have been in the top 10, maybe the top 5. But Trae, he starts off slow sometimes. So I'm gonna do the top 20 real quick from top to bottom. It goes number 1, Nikola Jokic. Number 2, Giannis Antetokounmpo. Number 3, SGA. Number 4, Luka Doncic. Number 5, Victor Wembanyama. Number 6, Anthony Davis. Number 7, Cade Cunningham. Number 8, LeBron James. Number 9, Jason Tatum. Number 10, Karl Anthony Towns. Number 11, Domantas Sabonis. Number 12, Kevin Durant. Number 13, Trae Young. Number 14, Zion Williamson. Number 15, Anthony Edwards. Number 16, Damian Lillard. Number 17, James Harden. Tied with James Harden, which is the 18th spot, but it's really tied for the 17th spot, is Jalen Brunson from the New York Knicks. Number 19, Booker. He's a stud. Tyrese Maxey, another stud at 20. So that's the top 20, guys. All right. Now we're gonna end this. And what I usually do to end this segment is just spit to you real quick the of the top 50, which means I'm gonna name 21 to 50 for you. And I'm not gonna say no stats. You can go check it out just at ESPN.com. And here we go. Oh, and also I wanted to mention in the top 20 the players that were hurt. Okay, Luka was Victor Wembanyama was hurt. Anthony Davis was hurt. Zion Williamson was hurt, and Tyrese Maxey was hurt, but he's back. So those people in the top 20 that sustained major injuries this year. Tyrese Maxey's who hurt that's back. Kevin got hurt during the season. He's back. Zion Williamson, but they let him play in the last couple of games of the season. All right, so here goes 21 through 50 for you guys. Number 21, Paolo Banchero. Number 22, LaMelo Ball, and he was playing at the end of the season. For anybody that was wondering if he was still hurt, no, LaMelo was active, I believe, towards the end of the season, and I think they have a playoff berth. Joel Embiid hurt for the whole season. He's the other guy on Philadelphia with Tyrese Maxey, but I think they're in the playoffs, and I don't know if he'll be there for the playoffs. So, but let's the 20 to 50 list again. 21, Paolo Banchero. 22, LaMelo Ball. 23, Stephen Curry. 24, Joel Embiid. 25, Kyrie Irving. 26, Tyler Herro, who stepped it up. He might get most improved player this year. De'Aaron, number 27. Jalen Johnson, number 28. He's another one. It's amazing. Might get most improved player this year. Jalen Johnson, number 28. Tyrese Halliburton moved all the way into 29. Big shout out to Tyrese Halliburton, who usually is in the top 10 or top 20. But, he a little bit of a rough year this year. But he still played in 73 games, which means he's a little bit of an Iron Man. So Tyrese Halliburton at number 29. Franz Wagner at number 30. John Morant, number 31. I feel the next year he ain't going to be in 31, John Morant. He's going to step it up. Ivica Zubac, number 32, who had a great season. Out of all the top 50 players, he had the most games played with 80. He only missed 2 games, 80 games played. Ivica Zubac at number 32. Number 33, my man Alperen Sengun. Know how to pronounce his name. Sorry about that, Alperen. Donovan Mitchell, 34. Love Donovan Mitchell. 35, Jalen. Love. 36, Nikola. That's my man too. 37, Evan Mobley. Love him too. Jamal Murray, another one of my favorite players. 39, Scotty. 40, Zach LaVine. I mean, let me something. I got a lot of favorite players. I'm not gonna do that for all the players because Scotty Barnes and Zach LaVine, I got mad love for it too. 39, Scotty Barnes. 40, 39's 40, Zach LaVine. 41, Brandon Ingram. 42, Bam Adebayo. 43, Jaylen Brown. 44, Kawhi Leonard. 45, Desmond Bane. 46, Pascal Siakam. 47, Darius Garland. 48, RJ Barrett. 49, Austin, and 50, Jaren Jackson. Now I want to speak real quick about the last 3 because I'm about to call it a night, call it the day, and end it. But I want you guys to understand that sometimes it takes a while for people to really get settled in. And I want to give a big shout out to RJ Barrett, Austin Reeves, and Jaren Jackson, who's seems to always make the top 50, and I believe Jackson Jr. is underrated. I believe RJ Barrett is underrated also. Austin Reeves kind of gets he deserves for the kind of player he is. So that is the top 50 in a nutshell. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy Spank Dog. I picture, man. I was so glad that I was able to get that background, that layout. I love it so much. Big shout out. Rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Even have their little thing with Mike. Big shout out to Mike Jordan for as a young and he was the documentaries I watched. He was the one. Come Fly with Me, The Air Up There, or that might be the Kevin Bacon movie. My bad. But 4 documentaries everybody would watch, before made you know what I'm saying? So yeah, man. I hope you guys like the layout in the background. I hope you guys appreciate the rundown. The latest update. This is 4/19. It's April 19th, 2025. This is up to date. And I hope you guys like the rundown on the top 50 players before we enter the playoffs. It's your boy Spank Dog. Much love as always. I'm out of here.